Welcome back for part B. After a little nappy nap and an apple. Calling back my power and an apple. And releasing anything and anyone that doesn't serve my highest good. And that was a magical formula of me getting back. It's, I'm hearing prominent vengeance. I was wanting to say practical, but they said prominent. Anyway, somebody tried to make me ill. Like, seriously. Like, somebody came in trying to infest the area or something. Because that's how one would feel if they were ill. And I'm like, I didn't get this. Like, I know I didn't generate this. Like, and I know it wasn't gestation from previous. Like, this came in the here and now. That's how. But so as prominent as that was attempting to be, they told me that this is a prominent comeback vengeance thing. Anyway, welcome back to my most ethical light and love crew. I applaud us. Angels of light and love and being most ethical. Coming through to assist with directing, protecting these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, my work, and that of our children's. I call in the ancestors of the like, ascended masters of the like, star families of the like, elementals of the like, and elders of the like. Since I'm talking about my path here, picking up from the previous reading, I realized once I woke up, I was like, holy shit, that what's coming up ahead isn't just like finding the truth and clarity behind darkness, the shadow work, death. But what this means, honestly, is there is a direct like chain link, not just like a rope, not anything, like a direct chain link to speaking with the dead. Do you understand? Like, that's insane. And that has huge amounts of wisdom. That's why I called in the ancestors and other elements. But if that is my new focus, like, I am gifted to be able to do that. I just need to practice in it. Then that's what my new path is. Like, I'm due to develop my gifts, and I think to alleviate the symptomatic nature of human conditioning when it surrounds death, that I could provide so much clarity to alleviate the fear behind it, and therefore our patterns of engagement or lack thereof when it comes to like being our very best rather than being a big shot, is what I'm hearing. So let's go ahead with that. I want to get some my head again. What? I want to get some clarifying cards before I start in with this. I'm going to use, I suppose, I think the unknown archetype cards. Give me a sec. And I realized that my person is not just going to feel right about me in the moment, but me in the upcoming and me how I was before. And they're going to be pretty good also with their stuff. So anything that is is not of that sort, it's a fake. Mm. Uh-huh. Mm. Mm. Have you ever met those people that will eat a fruit and you're like, they're so thorough about it? They're like, I remember witnessing that. I can't remember the face prepared with that. But I was like, I didn't know you could eat that much of a fruit. So I try my best to get every bit. No? But, yeah. But, what was I gonna say about that? Yeah. It's much easier with, like, let's say, obviously an orange, or, definitely a peach. So, anyway. Let's get some clarifiers for my new focus. I mean, like, this was like my private little read here. No more than 24 hours ago. There's that Agape and the Flame in reverse, like, being put out. Like, seriously? That's crazy, huh? The underworld turned upside down. And it was like that, yeah. So then, the unseen being projected, like, so that's definitely what my new focus is. Like, that was, I mean, I didn't know what to 100% make of it. I didn't think anything like major. I don't even know. I should have seen where I sliced it into, but it's okay. All right, let's get, why is my head feeling like this? Holy smokes. Ugh. Remember, Tina, you can take out large entities. You could take out the biggest ones. You know that. You've come up against many supposed high witches, high-ranking groups, and you've taken them out, okay? So, you're going to be better than okay. And this is no different. So if anybody is trying to come up against you and attack you, oh, for sure. They're going to be, they'll get what's coming to them. And I shall get what's coming to me. Oh my gosh, I got a pimple on my head right there. What the heck? Why did that happen? It's like, oh, is it? Now I'm gonna be gross and try to pop it. Not gross. Just, I don't even understand. Why is it there? Oh my goodness. All right, so, oh my gosh, clarifying quite a bit. The comic is open. This opened up the Starborn. Oh shit. Okay, what is that supposed to mean? If that's a clarifier to that, the Starborn apocalypsis. Excuse me. The Queen of Cups. The Nectar in reverse, and the Kiss inverted. Okay. Queen of Cups. The nectar is like a certain sweetness of that is welcomed into your world, like that's brought to you. Now it's in reverse. So if it's not the nectar, something super ripe, then it's kind of rotting. It's kind of, there's a deadening almost, but there's also a sacredness within its sweetness, its once prior sweetness. So Queen of the Dead, oh my gosh, yeah, like I have a certain mastery, you know, like Queen of the Damned, but this is Queen of the Dead. You know, there's a certain kiss to it, you know, like there's a very much like an apocalypsis. I was born for this. Okay. Cool. Let me find out. I forget what apocalypsis means. Apocalypsis. Removing the veil of deception. And it's, instead of it being upright like that, it's kind of like sideways. Oh, the pure deception. Like, yeah, the veil of, that's, keeping us from really seeing each other from one phase to the next. So, I was born for that. What? That's crazy. I was born for that. What? You know what I got from that? Like, necromancy. And I've been getting that in my, like, just slowly, surely, like, slowly throughout, you know, spirituality, especially the last couple of years. Just these references, because people do want to hear from their loved ones. They want to hear from people who they feel like they have unresolved issues with. Like, they want to lay it to rest and kind of move on, especially if they're like an orphan, or I don't know why I'm gonna, like, especially if, you know, I really feel like that, like to really get to moving on in their lives. So removing the deception from peer to peer in different phases. And I'm the queen of, like, to understand that as far as bodies of water. I mean, water is life, so it's, there's something about this that's, like, very moving in manifestation. Yeah, there's something really strong about that. Oh my gosh, yeah. Like, somebody, like, okay. So there are people within their divinity, or kind of like wanting to reach out. There's also this this child, like, trying to reach into the flower, and then right here there's like a meet up. There's a kiss right there. So definitely I will be working on my abilities, actually working on, well, it's simultaneous, but working with connecting others with those who have passed away. Whoa. I mean, I may already be doing this and not 100% aware of it, but that's definite. That's definite. For sure. I mean, yeah. Comic? Why is it facing the comic, though? Hold on. I don't understand why it's facing the comic. So that's 25, 26. 26 might be something for you. The Joker, the Clown, the Fool. Okay, it's onto a new journey. The comic carries a remedy for all that ails this world. Amid the deepest pain and suffering, there is always potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. Though dismissed by some as lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a high advanced mind. Some may use the word genius, as humor requires one to see the situation from afar rather than to be swept away by the drama. The comic sees and accepts the messiness of life, using it as material to be mixed and shaped into a potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. Oh my gosh, and we got, you know, the Hanged Man from the previous read, like the objectivity of it, as well as the reference to What were we going to say? For drama. We talked about the messiness of life. Oh, and as far as the potion, we got elixir on the previous, or I did, and they literally lighten us up. Thus, within the comic is usually the sage or the magician, working healing magic upon any audience who will lend an ear. The comic may be an archetype that heals the deep division in our world, one pun at a time. That's crazy. We talked about the deception from peer to peer, the piercing the veil from peer to peer. That's amazing. Freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. Hilarious, ingenious, spirited, and easygoing. The comic has plenty of shade to throw on others, and it can fall into shadow at the drop of a hat. Beware of their sharp claws. Okay. I just heard Robo Kitty. Joy, jokes, and smiles are signs of happy heart. Be wary of spiritual practices or teachers who leave the comic by the wayside. Yeah, remember we were just saying that, I'm being more selective now. People are just, coming up into my energy like older, an older crowd. How do I say it? Not... people who, I've come across before and that never welcomed me because I was like nothing to them. And it's crazy. Like the standards in which people, live up to or down to. And so they're coming up through because like I have these particular, gifts, blessings granted. And it just shows how much ugliness there is in how do I say it? That needs to be addressed. Definitely. How many more improvements need to be made? But like, just as important for me to set my standards and you to set yours. Kind of just go with an upgrade. Not, and maybe this is like your official promptings to get that going. And if you're already there, well then congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, and look, the unseen. This is the next page, and it's the spirit, the ancestor, the eternal. Come on. Clairvoyant guidance, whispers of wisdom. The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees. Oh, somebody is so jealous. My eye is twitching right now. Somebody is jealous out there. That's fuck. The way I know that is because I went to a psychic expo recently, and my lips started twitching. My certain things started twitching when I got close to something. When people started reading my energy. And even just looking at me, it was jealousy. So my eye and being like the unseen thing, as well, like being my left eye and being the receptive part of it, like the understanding of it, dude. The unseen is, and we cannot see it, yet it sees us, watching and waiting with wisdom, both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit, and then doubt its existence, though it rallies our attention time and time again. You know why psychics may not have that gift? It's because they can't be trusted with it. Do you understand? Like, that's how, that's not always the case, but think about, like, if you want to get intimate with someone, if you want to get close to someone, for reasons of substance rather than substantial reasons, then you're going to find, like, the most grounding, most loyal, most, like, respectable, loving, source that you will find. You're not going to, like, compromise that. Are you kidding me? That means that you compromise yourself, right? The energy of the unseen may come from many forms: a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision, or message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. It is natural to fear these communications as they challenge our perceptions of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway has between worlds is ajar. Listen, the sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm getting, like, chills. Oh my goodness. And my right leg is, like, tingly too. Guidance comes in many forms. Don't expect it to be glittery or comfortable. The spirit world speaks the truth. Sometimes it soothes and sometimes it burns. Okay. Being graced by the unseen is a gift. Treat it kindly. Allow yourself to be seen by eternal eyes. Okay, and so it is. It's my gift. I accept with honor and grace. My team will allow me to accept it with grace, which means that it ought to be gentle with me too. Remember, it's reciprocating. I don't, that's insane. I'm fine. Okay, now, here, how does it go? Like this? Yeah. That is amazing. Okay. Where do we put this? Down here? Okay, I can do that. That is very interesting, my dear. It's crazy because up ahead we had Jester in reverse too. And, I mean, like, there's so many parallels here. It's all fun. Okay, so let's put this right there. Bottom of the deck is a storm in reverse. Huh. I think after a storm, there's clarity. Derp. But, the storm can also create tower moments if, like, there's floodings or, even if it's like a blessing of a monsoon. So when you're looking at that, there's it still brings clarity and light. I mean, life. Yeah. It still does. Something about that. A clearing of ways. So it is definitely clarity. Oh my gosh, there's something sobering about that. My stomach is like weird. All right, one more card before I get... okay, one for the viewers here, my most ethical crew, and one for me. So one for the viewers first, okay? The ring inverted and the sword in reverse, okay? It's about pinning down your truth, most definitely. Most definitely. So I'm going to put that on my receptive side, because if you're dealing with that and you're part of my audience, that is also something that I'm going to be tapping into, okay? And then one for me, Spirit. Just for me. Okay, I got two. I got the ocean inverted and the thread extroverted, okay? I think this is understanding. This is going to actually also, practicing this gift is going to help me bridge some gaps, like the aloofness that I experience from peer to peer. Because, like, sometimes I just do not understand other people. I do not. Sometimes I really don't. On the level of, like, casual, like, dynamics, like, I try. I really try. And sometimes I don't put in much effort to it just so that I could live my life. And I think the more easygoing that I am, the easier it is. So I think there's, like, something of a connection point. Like when you put, like, tea, when you put a string in water, it seeps up into there. So it's that connectivity. People are going to start to understand, like, where I'm coming from, that there's a common thread, if you will, with what moves us. So that's what I'm getting. Let me read the ocean. I don't know why. Let me see the ocean. Where's the book? There. The ocean is 35. Oh wait, that's 30. So 30. The places. Ooh! Obviously. The unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. Whoa. If I'm really that tapped in, all I need to go is just within. I know that they say that in the occult or whatever, but for real, I don't know anybody else that can really, like, do that as far as I am capable of doing. Like, oh, okay. Deeper than deep. That's what it says. Big dreams, discovery. What? The power of the ocean is unmatched. That's... What? That's insanity. So, like, if people try to come up against me, like, they're in for... They can't even comprehend. To challenge that, it... Like, even just, like, jealousy or hate, like, they're immediately getting it. The person that was making my eye twitch, usually it lasts longer. It's not going to last very long. The comeback is rather instantaneous. For me to be able to tap into this realm, it creates so much protection because of how many people I'm helping. And at what great depths I am going to be able to help these people. And their sentience, like their familiars, their pets, because if I am able to help a direct person, that means that all of their surrounding relationships will be ultimately affected, improved, enhanced, and beautified. The power, okay, is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've ever known, you've known before. The ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like, you just think of it being like a huge salt bath, like, you know, when you're getting your ritual on. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth, a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. Steady waves touch your surface. Get in the water no matter where you live. Each drop is part of the whole. The ocean is in every tear. And you know how amazing that is? Like, yesterday when I went to the beach, like, dude, there were lines. I went during, like, probably the hottest hours. Like, not because it was planned. At least I didn't really plan it like that. I just was like, okay, well, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go and just, like, manage my way to there. And there were freaking lines. Like, it was Disneyland. I mean, like, think about, like, In-N-Out lines, you know, stacks at every entrance. And even the residentials. I had to put a time limit. I was like, Spirit, you know, if it was just like an exercise to see how willing I was to go here, and like, I'm not going to get the run around here. So I'm going to trust that if you want me here, and if you want me to walk the beach, if you want me to be here, then let's go ahead and find parking in the next 5 minutes. Let's secure it. And if not, then it wasn't meant to be. I'm just going to go ahead and move on. I'm not going to rush to, like, find a spot. And dude, like, I got one in a residential, so I didn't even have to pay $2 per hour or whatever it is for parking. I got to a prime location, easily recognizable in case, like, I got distracted or whatever. And it was just within those 5 minutes. I mean, it could have been, like, another minute more or whatever, but, like, I lost track of time at the 4th minute. I was just more of an easygoing nature or whatever. And I looked at the clock and I was like, what? That was insane. Seriously, I was ready to turn back without, like, any, like, feeling any grump. And but when I got to the beach, I started, you know, put on the rest of my sunblock. I decided to brave up and walk the beach. And there were so many people. But, like, for those to be tapped into the water within that location, I had access to all of them. All of their energetics. I'm just realizing that. So that exposure, especially within the timeliness of my growth, is optimal. To face your fears, like hangman mode, like walking on the beach, like in motion, that's high magic right there. The subtleties of that. Anybody in high magic practicing that, they know, like, I got it on point. Like, to set the record straight, it's moving the needle. Like, seriously, I can skip. Like, I'm just like a, for real. That's cool. Anyway, and I'm okay with conveying this, even though I know that there might be a hint of someone possibly, messing, like trying to dabble in that kind of magic, but turn it into darkness. But like, they can't do it because I already preset my intentions, as I was intuitively guided there. So nobody can like fuck with that energy. Do you know what I mean? I've already blessed that beach with what my intentions were, and they're saying prominent again. I was going to say permanent, but they wanted me to say prominent. Prominent to the fact that if they fuck with it, they're seriously going to get fucked with. Nature, like what are they saying? A force to be reckoned with? Something. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Yeah. All right. The ocean displays every emotion without shame. To witness its glassy moonlit surface and its unforgiving storms is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. Didn't we just get the storm in reverse somewhere? Is that here? Oh my gosh, I'm holding this storm in reverse. And wait, to witness its glassy moonlit surface and its unforgiving storms. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. Spirit gave me the keys. Time to drive. That's what they're saying. Oh yes. Alright. Let's take a roll. What? This is cool. Okay. How do I do this? Okay, so we want to put it together here. Actually, it goes like this. That's amazing. I'm hearing amazing grace, how sweet the sound that cured a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Something, I forget the rest of the words. But Spirit, what else do you want to say about my path on part B? Bananagrams. Oh, that's quite a bit. Okay. What's first? O, and what fell on the ring is D. Oh my gosh. Somebody like OD'd, like total like Romeo and Juliet style, because the D, I mean, it fell on the ring. It's like overdose, and like there's something about that. Somebody did like a total Romeo and Juliet type of thing that passed on. And they're watching, but part of like their hell is to kind of they have to like remain aloof. They have to watch, but they're watching. But there's a lot of sadness in their eyes. There's a lot of wear and tear. I don't know how long this has been going for, but this is almost torment to sever themselves from any potential opportunity of, like, there's something about, like, not being able to touch, like, there's not something about, yeah, okay, OICEANQGG, There is, like, a shit ton of vowels here. So there might be names or certain you know how certain languages have a lot of vowels. Let's say Hawaiian, or there's something about that. I would encourage you, looking at the total value of letters that is presented. If you speak another language that has especially like a lot of vowels, to see like what comes naturally to you in identifying like certain, especially names or sites, places, etc. Yeah, my legs are tingling. So oh yeah, especially, and places, but to find out what that means for you, okay? Because I don't know certain, well, I mean, with what they're saying, I could tap into it, but no, but okay, they said all right, okay, let's see what we have here first. Thales, Alan, Ethan, Gail, Galen, Greg, QC, DC, AU for gold, glamour, sales, Jalen. Jalen is like, it's situated here. Let me show you. This is like crazy insane here. Okay. I used to be able to just hold this and like be able to go through it, but it messes with my eyes sometimes. So we have Jalen, Hal, Haley, but it's spelled without the Y here. No, I just realized I'm not wearing pants. Whoops. But we have, Galen, I know we have Thanos. Siren somewhere, yeah. Larson. We have Arnie, Marnie, Marines, somewhere around there. But we also have there's no Y, so not Army. Artie as well. We also have Arthur. Wait, well, if we have Artie, we have Arthur, even though we only have one R. Tina, Trina, Serena, Lars, you know, Metallica. I have certain last names that I am not supposed to say because it's too unique and I just don't want to. No. Like I know them personally. I also have Lime. I'm getting like Maelstrom. I don't know why, even though we only have one M. Maelstr, and then we need another M. But I think that's another thing. That's another way of like calling in a storm. I don't know why. Maelstrom. I think that's how you say it. Hold on, give me a sec. I need to write this down. I think it's ORM, still storm, like hail. Like I don't know why. I haven't looked that up. I don't remember what that word means, but anyway. Maybe I'm supposed to divine something from Metallica there. I see quarantine too. I don't know why. I feel like I'm supposed to put that one together. So cute. Yeah. I see Juan too, obviously. And Kuan Yin. But there's no Y here, so Ren. Do I only have one N? No, I have two N's. Yeah, something about held off separately. So remember when we were talking about the dead? That separation of quarters? I really feel like that. Sorry. Give me a second. I do like my bracelets. I fixed them. Hold on. They kind of move around, so give me a second. But isn't it pretty? Pretty, pretty. So hold on, let me fix one of them. But anyway, I feel that they are very pretty. Anyway. They're healing as well. I've got to do my own shop thing. I haven't seen anybody. Oh, you know what? In real life, my visitors will compliment me on my jewelry because they want me to start selling. That's like the open creek doorway to let me know like they would buy from me. They would definitely buy from me. And it's not just for aesthetics. It's something very like healing. There's something about me creating it too. That is only meant for like the highest good, because I remember saying that I was told that it's not going to be like absolute public. It's only going to be for a select crowd. Okay, so I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is that gross? Now, I like doing this only because you can totally see what I'm seeing. That's funny. Oh my god. Anyway, okay. Shh. It's enough now. Somebody likes Gucci here, even though I only have one C. There's something like something about the juggalos too. So that's ICP. Even so, we don't have P here. So oh, you know what, juggalos. You know what? What this is saying, that there are some haters that are present, and I'm not going to give them much like accolades or any like acknowledgement at all, but it's just an awareness of that presence. Because if the Juggalos is supposed to be like insane clown posse, well, P isn't here, their posse isn't here, that means that way is diminished, you know what I mean? So they're just insane clowns. That's it. That's all. Janie, Jamie, Elsie, Elise, I have Martin, yeah. Again, Corliss, Cora, Coraline, Corinne, Cassie, Cassandra, Maggie, something about Maggie May, by Rod Stewart. You also have Rod here, Ron. Elgin, I think that's like an old time like watch brand. Jordan, we hardly ever, I think this might be the first time we've gotten Jordan. I mean, some people might like Jordans as well. Maurice, Maureen, Lacey, but with an IE. Edie, E-D-I-E, Edith. This is the second time we called her out. It's been a while, but there was the third time that I didn't, like, I only caught it after the fact. But I think this is, yeah, something about, because I saw it first, like, in the aftermath with, like, I don't know, Ed, and then it was something that was, like, kind of hidden. I also have Slay, S-L-E-I-G-H, yeah. So somebody's really into Christmas, or maybe this is prominent, an event, like Christmas is a major event, something happened, where there was separation. In fact, some people, like, this is probably COVID, like, that's what makes it much more dramatic when it comes to, like, the separation stuff. Yeah. I see saline here. So something about, I feel like somebody passed away from, like, breast implants, even though that, like, I saw that, hold on, let me just talk about it. Okay. I've seen, like, updated, like, technology, like, this is what happens with your saline implant, or whatever implants, when you slice them open. If they break open, they still kind of stay together. What they're neglecting to tell you is that, or, like, neglecting the studies of what that's still exposure to the inside of your body. So even though it has a compound that stays together, that doesn't imply that it's not going to have a reaction internally to, like, it doesn't, just because it looks visually good, it looks good on paper, basically, it doesn't, it's still, like, so if you're worried about, like, leakages or like it deforming in your body, that's subtle marketing in the way that they're trying to make you believe that just because it stays together and it resolves the aesthetic problem, supposedly, you don't even really know that, but, like, just at first glance, it doesn't resolve the effects of that exposure in your body, let alone, like, the plastic that's surrounding it. So anyway, somebody died from, like, passed away from saline implants or something like that. And there are others that are, like, what is it? Breast plant illness. I used to follow them on Instagram until, like, their images or postings started to become more like, I don't know. It just felt like not right anymore. They were doing stuff that was good, and then it became like brand ambassadors. They would get a pretty face on there, like, "Oh, I used to do this," and then now, it's like it became a fad, and it became like cheap with the way that they would. It was more about education at first. Then it became like very, very commercialized with their marketing, and I really, I was turned off by it. But I have to say that the good part of it was that it got me realizing your health is definitely way more important than the aesthetics of what you focus on in like your 20s or 30s. And me, like, I'm not right. This is a what do you call it? Whatchamacallit? Like a bralette thing, and it does have like little like shields so that it doesn't, like, your nips don't, like, see there, my necklace is so it doesn't show through, but it also, like, provides, like, how do I say it, like, being this is a little TMI thing, but like if you're, how do I say it? If you're not top heavy, the lesser that you have up here, the more like suction there is here, like the more it feels like you can't really breathe because there's like no give. So people think that like you need to have, like, how do I say it? It's not comfortable wearing sports bras, period, but because there's like a difference between the coverage that's needed for bustier people than less bustier people. So for me, the coverage that I need is something that's like, secure, but also have that like little cup thing on the inside to, how do I say it? It just feels like there's support without it feeling like it's suffocating me. And I don't know. And it provides shape, like it mimics like natural shape. And so what am I saying with that? Oh, the old school bralettes would just be like the thing, just like, I want to say a piece of paper, basically. And so it would, like, I don't know, like it I didn't like the way it made me feel. Like I might as well just not wear one. And so that would make me more inclined, especially like in the 90s, because that was like the standard of beauty, like small hips, no butt, and big boobs, and tall height, and like the hair and all of that. So I never fit into that scheme. So like for a long time, I really wanted to get a boob job. And even while like fitting swimsuits, yesterday, like I was like, I don't want to go through my whole bushel of stuff, but I got to get rid of some that like don't make me feel good, like feel like pretty good. So, anyway, even that, I was like, oh, like I don't feel like feminine or womanly, or like there's certain things that I was not vibing with. But anyway, I just wanted to share that little bit for anyone that doesn't feel great about themselves and is just wondering, and I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't invest like slave labor basically from my previous jobs, working at a very like small rate, and trying to invest that, which is beyond my means, into something like as aesthetic as that. I'm so glad I didn't do that, because, X amount of years later, I would, when you have to get it fixed again, maintained, that's basically when I would be able to pay it off. So it's like constantly running yourself in the hole, basically. Anyway, so, going on from this, what else do we have? Dale. School again. So, yeah. So this is going to be like a new school of thought, a new realm of understanding for me, definitely. But I think for all that are willing to engage in such. So we're not doing like, what do you call it? What do you call it? The Ouija board? We're not doing that. Like, we're doing more of like, because I feel like the Ouija board is like a very volatile, unsteady means of communication. Like it's what do you call it? It's what do you call it? Reckless. It's reckless. My head is feeling weird. Give me a second, okay? Okay, I'll use this. Oh, thank God. I feel better. Oh, I just needed some thing there. I see Salem. Yeah, so there's like old witches here. Like old school witches. Yeah. School, yeah, Salem. So Salem, Massachusetts. Yeah, we have MA here, like MA. Yeah. So I could actually be in contacts with like Grand High witches, like from way back in the day. And even prior to those documented, within that era. I see Shalom as also. So is that Jewish? Huh. Salem. Yeah, something about jailed time there, like schooled. Yeah, some people are going to be schooled by this experience. Like, there are doubters out there that live life recklessly because they don't think that there's anything to really answer to. And that, like, they have, like, no idea. When they're living like that, they're definitely not living up to their potential, regardless of how many degrees or what kind of, like, public achievements they've made. Those public achievements, like, you pay your way in, basically, to get those rankings, like on like Yelp or OC Business Journal, that kind of thing. And I know, like, I'm a tiny bit reluctant to say, certain things like that, but that's the reality of it. People who are in management know that. People in HR know that. You have to pay for a submission in order to get to that. Like, get critically acclaimed or recognized. And it's crazy, like the way that's perceived by the public within these magazines, these well-known magazines. That's reckless advertising. Like it's poor, it's unethical marketing. That's what it is. That's what the divine is saying. And in fact, I gotta pull a card on it. That's what, because Spirit feels so strongly about it. Like, what do you want to say about that? Okay, they already split it up. Three of Swords in reverse. And that's recognition. Like, do you see what I'm saying? That's when they're saying spirit. Okay, let's get a clarifier for that one, okay? Because I'm getting that it's like a load of BS, you know. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, the workplace. Like, it comes off like as like, without the context behind it, you would say like, oh, that's the workplace, and we're releasing like any fear or any like we're bettering the workplace, you know, we're getting rid of this. But no, with that context behind recognition and works, like, this is saying that in people who have like hold the badge of honor, their recognition is like the shit. I'm gonna pull a couple more just because like there's people who like don't believe in this, you know. The Hierophant, okay. People who wear the badge. And Brother of Fire, Knight of Wands. People who wear the badge that are players. Now, am I misreading this, Spirit? Like, because it looks like all good surface level. Like, no matter how you pat it on the back, it just feels like there's something that's very hidden. 7 of Cups. They're saying there's many ways you can go about it. Many ways that, like, there's different ways in which you can see it, like, interpret it. Like, to each their own. Like, to each cup, like, to each they hold their own cup. So it's insight. So it's just how people perceive it. So, interesting. I feel like I need to shuffle the cards, though. I feel like I'm supposed to shuffle the cards and get one more, because there's some kind of... Okay, I'll leave it open. I mean, I have a lot of the... Actually, I have to get the rest of the cards that are here to get a more accurate point of view, because there's a limited ability based on... Let's see, obviously, that's a lot missing here. All right, what do you... 7 of Swords projected. Yeah. This is a whole bunch of lies. Many tongues. Like, you know, see, we're working with those, like, con artists there. Okay. That's insane. I was like, that's not right. There's something, but I gotta, like, let it go, and I have to make sense of, like, all the resources, because I realized I wasn't, like, shuffling with a whole deck. But there's a lot of manipulation and like double talkers, but this is the truth of it. This is super accentuated, and it fell right on here, like the Devil in reverse. Okay, excellent. I know it. Okay. So there's still a lot of vowels here. Oahu. Oahu. Yeah, so definitely if you are Hawaiian, and especially have big ties to Oahu, like something sacred especially to you, you gotta like look at like intuitively what comes to you first, and then see if we have the letters here. I mean, that's what I'm guided to tell you. Yeah. I also have Jesus here, but we already used the words here, or the letters here, so Jesus is in here. Gauge. Jing. Tongue. You know what somebody said, watch your tongue, Tina. Dropping those names like that is can't be good for you. And it's like, no, you're not going to tell me what to say or what not to say. If Spirit tells me these things, I'm supposed to divulge them. And, you know, if there are any consequences to that, then let Spirit show them the door. Let Spirit show them exactly where those consequences, like whose consequences those are. That's been going on, like the deception, straight up. Yep. Oh, I see ninja. But we only have one N. I don't know why the Ganji. Strange. Sanji. There's other names here that are like very like international, like Sajid or something like that. Shija, something like that. There's I want to get there's something like a crystal that we should be working with here. No. What is that one that begins with an M, and it has like, it's fragile. It's like this. It's like the glittery stuff on something. What is it called? Oh gosh, I was trying to think of it the other day, and it's like mollusk or something, or I don't remember what it's called. Okay, let's look to see if there's anything else here. I wanted to say Larimar, but there's only one R. Maybe if you have two R's in your name, that's a secret for you to start working with Larimar. Lodolite. Lode. Lodolite and sodalite. Yeah, lodolite and sodalite. Lodolite and sodalite. Larimar, and then I'm getting also lithium. Yeah, like lithium quartz. Oh my gosh, so fucking good, so fucking good. I feel like there's another one that begins with an A. Azurine. Aegreine. Yeah, Azurine for sure. They're saying to like put these things in a bowl, and work with them. Lodolite you can also scry with. Wonderful, I would say, for scrying. You could also do that with sodalite if you're like more whimsy in your like visions. I mean, just like not to cure it, it's to go with it. Yeah. Larimar, you could do it too if you're very, very chill, super duper chill. It might actually help you find your chill. Yeah. There's more here. There's so much. Jet. There's something. What is that? I'm picturing like a pinkish red, like a... But we don't have those letters here. That's okay. Oh, and also quartz with like chlorinated aspects to it. So you'll see green in it, okay? Like, don't assume, like, because it could be always malachite, but, you know, you'll see. Just look it up, okay? Like, chlorine in crystal matrix. Look at that. Or, you know, or chlorine in quartz. Look at that, okay? What else? I feel like we have tourmaline again. Tourmali, tourmaline. So there's different colors of tourmaline. What else? Aragonite. Aragonite. Yep, aragonite. There's different forms of that too. Just go with which calls you to it. Like, go to a shop, go to like a trusted shop or dealer, and see what they have, see what they present, and go with that. If you don't feel like any of those like call to you at all, then I would go and look it up in a book or on a website, and go with what calls to you. I would go with like the visuals first, because there's this connection point of like energy. So, and then read into it. Okay. Oggie, Oggie. There's other ones in here that I just iolite. Iolite, if you are already like very much practiced and consider yourself disciplined within spirituality, like prayer is common for you in like connecting with the land, source, divine. Yeah, and you want to connect with your intuition more. Iolite is great. It's very pretty too, especially if you like the color like purple, but within different hues. Like it's like a murky, like it's like a freckled, like speckled, like glitter amethyst almost. That's probably not the best way to describe it, but there's like some kind of like pixie like feel into it. All right, let's go ahead and finish this, okay? Django? Hold on. I don't know why. Something, the Janglin, something, but I have Django here again. And MJ, like Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan. But we have Django again here. Oh no, I don't know. Yeah, they said that. Okay. Janglin. Hold on. Yeah, Janglin from Edward, and the Magnetic Zeros. Yeah. Okay, so I got that right. Janglin. I also have Janice, like Janis Joplin. Okay. I also have Janice spelled with a C instead. Gidget. I do that. I also have Gadget. Um,